Then we have another very important quality. In fact, three most important quality: moisture, nut count, and KOR, kernel output ratio. Kernel output ratio. That's the number of quality nuts inside the Good day, my name is Dele Ayimibo, and I'll be talking to you again today on the new series we started recently. And in this new series, the focus is actually on different products being exported from Nigeria, and we're discussing how to export different products. In the first episode, I talked about how to export cocoa beans out of Nigeria. I'm focusing more on commodity for now. I'll move to semi-processed or finished good afterwards. So today I'll be looking at how to export raw cashew nut out of Nigeria. My name is Dele Ayimibo, and I'm your export doctor. Thank you for stopping by. Here is DBA TV, where we discuss everything international trade. I'll be talking about this, focusing on 5 core areas. I'll be talking about the product specification. I'll be talking about the potential market, different continent, and what they buy. And I'll be focusing on the purchaser, the country that buy. And then I'll be focusing on the pricing issues around this product. And then I'll round off with problems and how to solve those problems. Number 1 is the product. Of course, you are familiar with cashew nut. By the way, I'm talking about raw cashew nut. Now, you need to understand there is raw cashew nut, there is cashew kernel, there is roasted cashew nut. Cashew kernel is when you remove the shell. When you remove the shell of the raw cashew nut, what is inside is cashew kernel. You can now process that cashew kernel into roasted cashew nut. Roasted cashew nut. Now, let's talk about the quality specification of the product. The quality specification of the product is so important. If you are trying to export cashew nut, you need to understand the concept of nut count. What is nut count all about? Nut count basically talk about the number of nut per kg. In cocoa, we have beans count, the number of beans per gram, per 100 gram. But here we are talking about the number of nut per kg. Then you have the moisture. Now, number of nut per kg usually should be between 180 to 200. But what about the moisture? The moisture talk about the maximum water content, 7, 8, 9, maximum 10%. Defective nut, maximum 10 to 15%. Admixture impurities, maximum 0.5 to 0.2 to 0.5%. Then we have another very important quality. In fact, 3 most important quality: moisture, nut count, and KOR, kernel output ratio. Kernel output ratio. That's the number of quality nuts inside the nut. This will require cutting it and then removing the rotten, the bad, the empty, and also dividing the one that is spotted by half, and that together is used to calculate the kernel output ratio. Now, so you need to understand the quality issue with the product. Then how about the market, the demand across the world? You have the demand across the world, about $100 million demand in Africa, $27.5 million demand in South America, about $1.83 billion demand in Europe, about $1.298 billion demand in North America, about $120 million demand in Oceania, and about 7.6, we have the remaining 4.29 billion demand in Asia. So if you want to export cashew nut, your best bet, raw cashew nut, your best bet is Asia, particularly Vietnam and India, particularly Vietnam and India, particularly Vietnam and India. So it's important to also, where is the market? If you have to look at the market, where is the market for the purchasers? for cashew nut. Vietnam, 22.5%. The total market in the world is about $7.66 billion. 22.5% is Vietnam, 14.5% is India. China, 5.7%. US, 15.5%. Netherlands, 5.61%. Germany, 4.38%. These are the major markets for cashew nut in the world. So if you are looking at exporting raw cashew nut, these are the markets to focus on, particularly Vietnam, India, and China. Particularly Vietnam, India, and China. Let me say something about the pricing. And this applies to almost all commodities. This applies to almost all commodities. The issue of pricing is very, very, very important. The issue of pricing is very, very, very important. What happened with cashew nut is this. For every reduction in the nut count, there is a deduction in price. For every increase in moisture, there is a reduction in price. For every increase in nut count, there is a reduction in price. If the nut count is too high, if nut count is 180, 185, 190, there is a reduction in price for many contracts. But if nut count is below 170, sometimes you even get better price. If it's below 170, you even get better. That would be a big nut called jumbo nut. But for nut count, same thing. If the nut count is lower than, some people want between 48, 49, 50. If it's below, if it's from 45, 44, 43, 42, some contract will deduct some percentage of the pricing you have agreed. So it's very important for you to be able to know that pricing is influenced by quality. So at the end of the day, you are conscious of the quality of the product you are shipping. Before I close on cashew nut, because I want the video to just be very short, about 10 minutes, look at this particular problem. The problems. There's a problem of mold and fungus. You need to be very wary of that. If you don't dry it very well, that's why it needs to be well dried. Sometimes you have pest insect infestation. That's why you need effective pest control. This is why fumigation and fire standing certificate are very important for the shipment of this item. Moisture, proper drying can help to prevent the issue of moisture. You also need to ensure you remove all the foreign matters. You are not exporting dirt, remove all the foreign matters. And then ensure poor kernel are removed. Some people will pour the stuff inside water. Anyone that floats, they take it away. So they can know that floating most likely have very little stuff inside. Physical damage should be minimized as much as possible. The nut size should be uniform and it should be big. The nut size should be uniform and it should be big. You need to also ensure it's well stored so that it does not deteriorate. Well stored so that it does not deteriorate. So these are all the details of what I would like to share with you on the export of raw cashew nut. If you want more information, you can reach out to us and send a DM if you have any question in addition to what I've shared on the export of raw cashew nut. If you are new to our channel, subscribe to this channel. If you want your friends to hear about it, share with your friends. If you want to know when we upload the next video, which we'll be doing, I think it's on Sesame Seed, click on notification bell. And if you are new to our channel, subscribe to the channel. My name is Delayemibo, and I'm your export doctor, and I'm signing out.